coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had it muted. We have Tammy in here and Lorraine and Nancy. Good morning. We have Minnie in here. Good morning. Well, Minnie and Lorraine are in other part of the world, so it's night for them. So good evening to you. Georgie, AVA, welcome, welcome. Yankee Bell, Jessica Okie Fried Vet Firefighter, good morning. I see you guys here. Shanemesis is here. Charmaine, welcome, Charmaine. Who have I not? Laura, welcome, Laura. Let's see. Fire Dad, good morning. And Nancy. And who else? Look, oh, no, no, that's the same Lorraine. I'm sorry. No, it's different Lorraine. I'm sorry. We got two Lorraines. Welcome, welcome. All right. Good to see you guys all here this morning. And to some of my new friends who I met last night, welcome. This is Coffee with the Skipper. I brought my coffee. I got my coffee, and I drink it black. Snow Baby Bear, Jonathan, thank you. Welcome. Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee as I wake up this morning. Uh, how are you all doing? Is there anything you can see Glory tearing apart my bed? It was so funny. I was laying on, I was sleeping like this, and my cat, like he always wakes me up, but this morning he kind of like curled up next to my arm, and we were both so comfortable, which never happens because he's always like he's a cat, so he's never comfortable. So he lays down, and we probably had 5 minutes where we're laying there cuddling, and all of a sudden the dog is like, "Oh, I want to be a part of this," and just started scooching into where finally the cat was like, "Okay, I'm out of here." Oh, it's the same Lorraine. Okay, okay, you just have two accounts. Hopefully, um, you uh what do I say? I've got you subscribed on both. Uh, stand by. I gotta open up my studio here. So let me get that open. Do you guys drink coffee? How do you take your coffee? There we go. Okay, so Jessica takes creamer. Yep. Minnie is watching from the Philippines. So I ended up I was just going through my lives. I was just going through, YouTube has the live feature where you can just scroll through and see people's lives. And I saw this one woman, Beth, she was live. She was in the Philippines. And I went in there and I sent her a super sticker. And next thing you know, everybody was just subscribing to me. Just such nice people. Um, so yeah, we got a lot of new people here this morning. Georgie is just Georgie today. No, hopefully no fighting today. Well, good morning, Lady Jen. She takes hers with milk and two sugars. I used to do that. That's how I used to like. That's how I grew up drinking coffee. But then when I worked at a coffee shop, I just kind of grew out of the creamer. My mom and dad still love creamer, and they put a lot of creamer. They don't even put sugar. They just put creamer. Coop, welcome, Coop. I got my 911 from Dutch Coffee. What is the 911? You're gonna fight you, Mister Me or Coop? Oh, Mama Coop is here. Good morning, Mama Coop. We got Coop and Mama Coop. I can't drink creamer. You know, I can. It's just it just it changes the coffee for me. It really does. Like, believe it or not, I think black coffee is very light, and I can drink a lot of it. I don't always, but I could. And the moment I add creamer to it, it just gets very heavy. Well, yes, I am a dork. uh, I do have an announcement for later on in the show that I'm going to make. Some of you guys already know about it. I Skipper did something yesterday. We all had to come see you, Skipper. Well, I thank you for being here. I'm in a great mood this morning. Very happy. Um, yeah, I'm very happy this morning. Um, just things are going well. Things are going well. Nothing I can really get into live. There's some private stuff, but things are going well. Always keep praying. Uh, I don't think people understand the power of prayer, and so yeah, always keep praying. because God will take care of you if you pray for help. Big Dirt, welcome, welcome. Big Dirt's probably still mad I'm not on X. Should I well, I'll get into I created a TikTok yesterday. I created a TikTok, and here I'll pull it up and show you guys. So there's my TikTok. It's at veteran.nation. So that's it. That's where I'm at here. I'll put it into the where should I share it to? I'm not used to Rumble. I'm not used to it at all. There we go. Word of prayer. Whoa, whoa. There we go. I put it in the Rumble, which should show up in the link. It, oh wait, it's not letting me. I'll have to pull it up this way. There we go. I'm getting there. We're getting it. So there you go. That's to my TikTok. Got 12 followers. Great start. Great start. But hey, welcome, Simply Lou. Nice to see you here. Anything big going on in the news? People are freaking out about Trump sending federal agents and National Guard into DC due to the crime. And he can legally do that. There are things he has to do, but people are like, he can't do that. No, he can. It is you're not bestie anymore. How? You're my bestie, Georgie? Oh, thank you, Minnie. Yeah. And anyone who wants to follow me on TikTok, I'm learning. I'm learning TikTok. So we'll see. We'll see how good I do on there. I need to get to 1,000 before I can go live on TikTok. So we can get there. I'm all my other social media. I'm over 1,000. Let's see. I'm on obviously YouTube. Well, I'm not on Rumble, but I'm not that word because I am monetized on Rumble. So Facebook, well over 1,000. YouTube, Instagram, True Social. So that's always the goal. Like 1,000 is the first goal. 5,000 is the ultimate goal. Oh, thank you so much, Charmaine. I appreciate it. Yeah, just I went to bed early, took a nap, and then I woke up and then just was scrolling through and met a lot of good people. Right? It's Trump's job to help Congress control DC. Congress controls funding and approval of DC laws. Law enforcement is always an administrative role. Putting tags in the windows is the fastest way to grow on TikTok. Okay, I'll have to start doing that. I'm disturbed by suggestions that he'll do it in other cities. Oh, Trump talks a lot. He talks a lot. Hey, the Huffs. Oh, they're in Alaska. I did see that you guys were up in Alaska. I've been talking to people about Alaskan cruise, and we want to do it. We have to sit down with the planning. Larice, good morning. Good morning. Well, at least good morning my time, good evening your time. No coffee, grew up in an Irish house, only tea. I okay, there are some teas I do like. I'll say that. Some I do like, but um, I'm not a tea guy. It's not my go-to. I will drink it. I have many friends from the UK and Ireland, so they're always like, "Yeah, let's have tea." And I normally, so if I don't go with coffee, I will go with chai tea. And yeah, and GN Vlogs, Tam's Love. Thank you. Welcome here. So yeah, I'll go with chai tea, which actually helped us in Afghanistan because it's very popular in Afghanistan. And when the colonel had the local leaders in the one day, we were all we all had to be there. She was the only one really talking through the interpreter, but I got up at one point and you know, they were all drinking chai tea. Everyone else was drinking coffee or rippets. And I got up and I got myself a chai tea. And like I noticed that there were a couple people kind of like whispering and whatnot. And she looked over at me, um, and then later on we had a conversation. She was like, "The fact that you were drinking chai tea, they were impressed about that." Um, and I was like, "Well, I've liked chai tea for years. I like Tiger Spice chai tea." Yeah. Trump's populists are dangerous because they float dangerous ideas to followers to enable uh to demand it. Um, yeah, but there's still people in government who make sure processes take precedent. Good morning, Voss. I thought I already greeted you, Voss. And John. Good morning, John Naylor. I I'm just covering my bases. Make sure I got everybody covered. What else is big in the news? I'm not just going to talk about Trump all day. Um, Inflation held steady in July as tariff effects loomed. Yeah, like inflation and tariffs don't have a lot of links. Shohei Otani sued, accused of wrecking 240 million Hawaiian real estate deal. Let's check out this one. You guys all baseball fans? Shohei Otani. Let's see. Los Angeles Dodgers superstar and his agent are being sued for real estate investor and a broker, alleging both men got them terminated from a $240 million housing development on Hawaii's Hapuna coast that they brought them to endorse. The lawsuit was filed in Hawaii court on the 8th. That might be nothing. As I'm looking at what this case is, it could be something, but it could be nothing. Um, Not all these are big things. I'm looking at the USA Today, everyone. Oh, you just got here, Voss. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I might have to get up and get me some more coffee. Um, Taylor Swift announces 12th era. What to know about life of a showgirl. Are we all over Taylor Swift yet? I'm over her. Trump pushes Zelensky to agree to land swap with Russia. Well, they're going to have to agree to something. Ukraine is losing. They don't want to admit it, but they're losing. Hand soap recalled over sepsis concerns. Uh, oh my God. Jennifer Aniston spills on Brad Pitt split mourning Matthew Perry. It's been 30 years almost since she split up with Brad Pitt. Actually, probably more like 20. Get over it, lady. Move on. DC bans kindergarten redshirting, leaving some parents fuming. What's this? DC Public Schools officials said they will strictly enforce a policy disallowing parents from delaying toddlers' kindergarten start date. Um, Jennifer Lintal said she knew her 5-year-old daughter wasn't ready to learn how to read with other kids in her age last year at Lafayette Elementary School in Chevy Chase neighborhood of DC. Although her daughter was eligible to attend kindergarten due to her age, Lilienthal enrolled her in a mostly play-based pre-kindergarten class at local preschool. This January, Lilienthal emailed the school principal to say her now almost 6-year-old daughter is ready for kindergarten in the fall. Principal said the girl must enroll in first grade because she'll be 6 in September. Lilienthal was dismayed. See, I don't have a problem if you don't think your child's ready to learn. I have no problem with them. It's a practice in schools widely known as redshirting. Well, that's a term they're taking from college football and college basketball. It creates inequities among school children, gives older kids an upper hand when they enter kindergarten. Who cares? It's kindergarten. Like I I have a family member who's held back in school only because there just was a maturity level that wasn't there. And yeah, they ended up becoming a better student. Like, and isn't that what all these educators complain about? They always complain, "Oh, well, these kids aren't ready for school." Okay, well, there you go. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the song on.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Oh,
There we go. I'm back. I need coffee as well, but I don't want to make it. I'll just grab a Lonnie out of the fridge. Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah, we all we all get lazy. I get lazy all the time. That's why when I'm motivated, that's why I try to get as much done as I can, is because I know that I get lazy. And so I try to do as front end load as much. And so then when it's like, okay, I'm gonna be lazy. I know I'm gonna be lazy. It's like, now I'm not gonna regret it. Um, I was talking to someone the other day. I think I'm gonna try to go to Disneyland again. I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time, and they're about to put out their Halloween decorations. And my son he's gotten too old. He he just has no interest in Disney anymore. And I've never been to Disney like as an adult. So I might go and just do an adult experience where I don't have to worry about kids. Because you have to know about me. Me and my son, we loved going to Disney when he was younger, and I would focus everything on him. Like it was all about his experience. We would do what he wanted to do, the way he wanted to do it. Um, that type of thing. Hey, it's me. Do you have any of the Texas Democrats hiding in your attic? Not in mine. They need to they have a job. They need to go do their job. I like my coffee cold and fizzy. Have a Coke and a smile. How do you make your coffee fizzy? You putting Pop Rocks in it, John? But yeah, so I've never done like Disney. Like I know there's adult stuff, like there's a winery and stuff. I might go and just experience that stuff. It's expensive though. Disney has gotten so expensive. It's gotten ridiculous. But if I do that, I'll take my phone and I'll do some videos from it. Uh, I don't like the Disney adults. I'll be upfront and honest. The people who the adults without kids who only do Disney, they are a problem. Now there are some people who just, are not as in your face. They'll just do cool videos about, hey, this is something that you don't know about Disney. I like that. But it's the adults who are like interacting with the characters. It's like those are all for the kids. Let the kids have that. The magic is for the kids. So according to a lunatic in Texas, I didn't finish high school. I did see that. Can we talk about that? So, okay. So those of you who don't know, there's someone who used to be a fan of me, Georgie, and others, and has just gone off the deep end. It all came because of the whole thing with Yoda. And I've told people there's a reason I didn't, like I I love the fans of the show, but also with like I'll put up some boundaries and whatnot. Like I'm not just gonna invite you all into my home. Like if you showed up at my door, that would be a problem. Um, but some people just didn't have any of those boundaries. And Yoda and uh Erica then started getting people started getting involved with them, and they said they were going to do all these things, okay? And they got into essentially business deals with them, because money was exchanged. At no part was I a part of that. At no part did I promote any of that. And people got burned, and some people got angry at me about it, and I was like, I wasn't a part of any of that. But they got angry at other people. So now one of them is straight up stalking Georgie, which is just crazy. Like, and they're saying some pretty crazy stuff, like that Georgie didn't finish high school. It's like, what? Like, okay, okay, I'll listen to you. What proof do you have of that? And when you start talking about it's actually an absence of proof that they have. Absence of proof doesn't prove anything. Like, well, we can't find your diploma anywhere. That doesn't prove anything. Like, and I dealt with this with stolen valor investigators, and I actually had a stolen valor. We were talking about this yesterday. I had a stolen valor group come after me when I first started the show. I got their website taken down because they came after me and were saying false things, and they knew they were false. It was provably like they were saying I wasn't a veteran, I didn't go to Afghanistan. I did all those things. So yeah, I got pissed twice on my show last night. I never get angry. I heard that they jumped in. I was asleep when your show was going. So I apologize, Lady Jen. I do like it when I can jump into your guys' show. We need a chance. We need to talk about weeding out the links list. Oh, on the all the resources of the links I've got. We can talk about that. Um, if that's what you're talking about. Hey, Greg. Good morning, Greg from Scotland. Good to see so many people here this morning. But yeah, like if you're going to investigate someone, first off, you should never talk about it, because uh, if you're investigating someone and someone else starts investigating, now it looks like collusion or conspiracy, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if you two, if I say, hey, I'm investigating TC, okay, and AVA jumps in and says, I'm going to investigate TC. Now it looks like we're colluding. And the thing about that is now we're a group. And that means if if AVA starts defaming TC, I become partially liable for that. I do. Because it's accomplices, a conspiracy, all those things. So you have to be very, very careful. My diploma won't show up as a public record because my last year of school, I homeschooled my last year. And that's incredibly valid. There you go. Think about that. Like someone is trying to go find someone's high school diploma. That's pretty crazy. Okay? That's pretty crazy. You should investigate me. I'm sketch. Well, and I've told people, you got to be careful because sometimes these things get a life of their own. I've told several people, look, when they've done investigations, stop your investigation because you are taking on legal liability. And a lot of people then abuse systems when they do investigations. Like, oh, I've got a buddy who's going to pull this stuff. And that was what we found out with Lisa and Tori. Tori was married to a retired cop. So I asked him point blank in the fake group, have you had someone access systems to look into people? That is illegal. That is illegal. You need a warrant. The Fourth Amendment in the U.S. You have to be secure in your persons, uh, persons, effects, and papers because you can't find a criminal record. Well, here's the thing: you've never been arrested. Technically, I've never been arrested. I was placed under a citizen's arrest the time where me and Glory got attacked. But I was not officially arrested. I was cuffed, put into a thing because the people said they said I attacked them. And when the cops they were doing their investigation, they came to me. They were like, "So you attacked them?" I was like, "Oh no, I have it on video. They attacked me. I never put hands on them." And I said, "I was patiently waiting for you for 2 hours. Why would I just suddenly attack them? I was waiting for you guys." And I was then released, and they were charged with assault. Uh, attacks mentally defect people like flies to shit. Attracts, yeah. Uh, I guess I missed a lot of YouTube. It's not like big YouTube drama. It's just like there's just one stalker out there who, and again, posts like this huge thing. It was sent to me by a couple different people, and part of it was about Georgie, part of it was about other people. And it's like if you have to like put out this whole laundry list thing, right? That's normally an indicator. You guys know I talk about mental health all the time. Because I've had to deal, and I've been that person. I've sent emails that were long and like just went on and on and on. I didn't realize at that time it was a symptom. Once I got into therapy, I started realizing you do that because you don't feel you're being heard. So that's why you put things out there. I even today have like I very strongly stress the truth. I understand that's still a symptom. It's a good symptom of what I have, but it's still a symptom. The phone makes my decisions on what the word should be. Autocorrect screws us all over. But you have to look at your mental health. A lot of the things that are problems, you have to say, you know what, these are not really that big of problems. And then just relax, take a deep breath, say some prayers, and it will be okay. Actually, you know what, AVA? If we're going to investigate a haunted castle up near you, you know who's not far? Because I don't think Native is close to you, but I think Vet Firefighter is close to you. If we go and do a haunting investigation, that'll be fun. Oh, is Native close to you? Did I am I getting confused? I was thinking Native was up in Oregon. Another thing I noticed that I wanted to talk about, my my home state of Ohio. I grew up on the Michigan border. Ohio, Michigan, Indiana. I noticed they all do this. They name their cities after like other places. and then change the way that it's pronounced. Like I lived in Milan, Michigan, which is spelled Milan. There's Lima, Ohio, which is spelled like Lima, Peru. Uh, and that there's several places like that where I don't know why Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, why it's so prevalent. But yeah, they'll a lot of places like Memphis will name after another historical place, but they keep the pronunciation the same. Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. Oh no, we got to change it so then people know. But the spelling is not changed at all. Good morning, Madam Mayor's Adventures. Brett and Teresa in the house. Woo! I just don't want to go alone in case my pacemaker gets drained. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. No, you're gonna make me go, so then my pacemaker gets drained. Why do I have a feeling you and me in a haunted doing an investigation in a haunted castle is gonna end up like Abbott and Costello meet the mummy or the werewolf? Oh, that's funny. Oh, John lives in one of those places. Yeah, there's a bunch of them in Ohio. There's a bunch of them. Michigan does it too. Indiana, I've seen where they do it. It's not as prevalent. I just don't. Pennsylvania does it to a small extent as well. Ba, 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 ba. We would feed the spirits. I was mad. I was in bed and missed all the drama. I mean, it's just someone posting. They keep posting about the same several people over and over. Georgie, Yoda, Erica. Like, it's like, just move on. You gotta just move on. You both need supervision on a ghost hunt. You could have just stopped after supervision. You both need supervision. Period. Full stop. I do have to be careful though on a ghost hunt because of my PTSD. I went through a dungeon tour when I was in the UK, and it caused me a pretty severe panic attack. And it's the stupidest thing that caused the panic attack. It was the Hall of Mirrors. That's what caused me a panic attack. It was that looking at things that I know are fake, but not knowing what is real and what wasn't caused me a panic attack. Got to get mental hospitals open again. You know what's funny? There's one that's always shows up in these ghost hunting shows. A mental hospital. It's the Crescent Mental Hospital in Crescent, Pennsylvania. And what's interesting about that is I had a great great aunt who was a patient and died there. Um, yeah, she would have been my grandmother's aunt. My my great grandmother, very interesting lady, married 5 times, only divorced once. Uh, her and her sisters were known, uh, were known drinkers and known fighters. And uh, apparently my great great grandmother was an incredibly sweet woman and was very soft spoken, very religious, and just would get so embarrassed by her daughters fighting and drinking. And but there was one who I don't know what caused it, but I'll have to ask my mom. I think we've got a big family scrapbook that my great great grandmother created, and I think it might say in there. But one of my aunts had a mental collapse, got put into the Crescent in the Crescent Mental Hospital, and eventually died there. and that building is still there, and you see it on a lot of these ghost shows, and there's a lot of ghost activity. So if we were talking as a family, it's been easy 30 years since I've been back to that part of Pennsylvania, and we've talked about going back because that's where on my mom's side, that's where our roots are. So we've talked about going there. We might have to make a visit to the Crescent Mental Hospital. It's been closed for 40, 50 years, like closed up in like the 70s, and but the buildings are still there. The one place I'd love to do a ghost hunt would be Alcatraz. I've been to Alcatraz. I have been there. Fascinating. It's very fascinating. Ooh, I'm looking at the time, folks. I'm gonna have to end this. I'm finishing up my coffee. I'm almost done with my Courvoisier. Feel like the ladies' man. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get going because I have to get to work today. So thank you all for being here. For all of the new subscribers and the new people watching, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I love having you here. Don't be a stranger. Give me perspective. I love hearing how non-Americans think about things. Mental hospitals are still around, but they're vastly different than they used to be. The last thing we need are massive asylums like once existed. No, I agree with you. Institutions are easily corruptible. Easily corruptible. So yeah, especially when there's secrecy. So, all right, folks. Yeah, everyone, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm on TikTok now. Here, I'll put the link. I'm on TikTok. So join me on TikTok. Follow me there because I'm gonna start posting some of my stuff there as well. So if we get up to 1,000, I'll start broadcasting there as well. Have a great day or night, depending on where you are in the world. Absolutely. Have a great day and remember to smile. All right, folks, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awaking to lighten her load. America's awaking to lighten her load.